Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz Universe, to the channel. I bring you the best Blitz Replays episode 5 today. And it has a distinct light and medium flavor to it. We've got the Badger 25T on Winter Malinovka, driven by Sugguandmuggu from the Feast clan. We're going to Dynasty Pearl in the Leopard 1. Then we head to Castilla in the FV 4202. And the last replay will feature the T62A at Desert Sands. And the types of tanks are fairly similar for all of the 4 replays today, but all these games also feature some really sensible gameplay in terms of decision making, map awareness, driving around, going to the right spots, and above all, patience. And I must admit that kind of patience these people are showing here, Sugguandmuggu on the first game, for example. That's something I really admire. I sometimes have a tendency to drive around and try to get way too much damage in, which then hurts me because I overextend or overexpose. And Sugga has been really sensible. He put in 2 shots into the AMX 50B. Oh, sorry, he bounced 2 shots on the AMX 50B and had 1 shot connect. He wanted to shoot the Object 704, which he did, but that one connected but didn't penetrate, unfortunately. And he's now gone to the flank. He knows he will have real big problems at the lower area, so he backs up his tank, puts 1 shot into the turret of the AMX 50B and then finishes him off with the next shell. And you can see he immediately decides to reload as well, because his team is even in terms of tanks, but they have 1 cap and there are a few tanks available of the Reds that are very dangerous to him, that's one, but that are also lethal, he's lethal to some of the other tanks, most notably that AMX 5120. He had 3 shots still left in the magazine, only needed 2, decides to try and shoot that E4 just once, that one misses unfortunately, but he's going to be really sensible, which that grill in the meantime isn't. The grill was full health. He did take the cap. Credit where credit due, he did take the cap, so that's good. But he also paid massively for it, really massively, because he only managed to put 1 shot into the E4 and is now down to 650 health, something like that. Yeah, there he is. Even worse, 609. Right, cool. Or maybe so, not cool. But you can see what Sugga has been doing. He put shots into tanks in the lower area of the map. Then he went to a next firing channel, that ramp, sort of ramp thingy, which leads down into the frozen lake. Then he went on top, put shots into the E4 and into the AMX 5120, but he was never in a position where they could shoot him. He's always going to a position where he can shoot the enemy. And he's now putting 1, 2, 3 HE shells into the butt of that E4, and it's unfortunate he doesn't get the engine fire, because otherwise that E4 would have been down. Now he remains a dangerous opponent, even if he's only got 12 hit points left, and Sugga has the mobility and the camo rating, etc. But combine that FV with the E4 and the Badger will have a very, very bad day. Speaking of Badgers having bad days, is going to be another one, because Sugga has a full clip and he can shoot 1 into the Badger, and then he gets a full roll for only 328, but yeah, that was the only damage which was left there. But if that red Badger had been at, say, 350 or 360, he probably would have killed him anyway, because Sugga is in this game the type of player that creates his own luck. And it's partly luck, of course, when tanks pop up on your screen and they are a 1-shot, or they are, in terms of health, down to you being able to clip them. But you can see he has been very sensible, and it looked like he may not have been doing a lot, but he killed 5 tanks, did 4.4k damage over there. Nobody fired a single shot at him. He didn't receive any damage at all. Yet he has done 4.4k, and he's been flanking around, he's been providing flank security, he spotted up early, 2 enemies spotted, you can see 16 penetrating shots, 4.4k damage, 190 victory points, really well deserved ace, and thank you very much for sending that game in, Sugguandmuggu from Feast Clan. I really enjoyed watching that one, how you handle the bad chat, and I think it's a bit of a small masterclass in that regard. The next game is, as promised, the Leopard one at Dynasty's Pearl, and it's driven by Dark Exile. And before you all start complaining, yes, I know he was in the last video as well, but I wanted to show this one anyway, so now no hesitation on my part for putting this one in. Thank you very much for sending it in, Dark Exile. This is the Leopard one at one of the maps where you don't really want to face off in a Leopard one. One of them is Himmelsorf. And we have that ace game which Meezy69 showed, which is in the second video of Tank Chats, well worth checking out as well. Really excellent mediums gameplay. If you combine this subscriber replay with the video Meezy did and my earlier medium tanks, medium driving guides, that's probably all you need to know about driving mediums. And you can see what Dark Exile is doing here. He's going hull down, and he's being very patient and sensible again. He's only spotting now, he turns his tank around on the spot, then moves to a slightly better position where he can put a lovely little shot into that 140, I think. And he spotted up a few tanks, he knows where the reds are, and he's using that Object 263 as a shield. Really doesn't get another shot in onto the 140, but he can put a shot into the AMX 50B. That would have been a very slim one. Unfortunately, it doesn't connect, but really smart gameplay as well. And he's going hull down over here now, and if you look at the minimap now, you can see that greens are in a way better dispersed on the map than reds. Reds have the firepower, which is on one flank, but greens have a screen. And you can also see that Dark Exile is being patient, but also being a bit hesitant of pushing in, because he knows there's a grill knocking about, and it had been on the map before, and it's disappeared. So where is it? Where is the grill? He's still very patient, trying to put a shot in there. Yeah, available, lovely stuff on the Jagdpanzer 4. Pulls back into cover, lets the gun reload. We can put then one shot nearly into the IS-8. Well, this one's going in, and reds are 2 tanks in the lead. And if you now take a look at the minimap, you can see where the red grill is. And the red grill is not in the position where you want it to be, and that's on your back. If you are a Leopard, you don't want tank destroyers on your butt, especially with a big gun like the grill. And you can see what Dark Exile is doing as well. He is looking, thinking, can I move in? Yes, I can move in. Look at this one. There we go. Shot, turn away. Grill misses. Oh, I love that. Brilliant gameplay. Brilliant way of moving about. He then puts one into the grill. Just doesn't manage to squeeze his tank between the building and the grill, so fair play to the grill as well for shrugging the Leopard off. Puts one AP shell into the grill, AP shell, switches to HE and actually shoots him right under the gun. Oh my god, that's bloody annoying. Right under the gun, just in front of the gun shield. But he does manage to take it out, and he can now start work on the remaining red tanks, which are a low health one-shot Leopard, but you can see there's still a full health E100 to deal with. There was an Object 140 to deal with, and suddenly it becomes from a 4-on-3, a 3-on-2. Greens are in the lead now. Very brave. Very brave trying to do that. If you would have fallen off, or if that E100 would have been able to shoot you in the lower plate, you would have had a very bad day. But now you can use the mobility of the Leopard, the gun depression, and basically he's got all the cards on the table. He has got all the aces he can play, and the trump cards. And yeah, it's a 263 and an FV, and the Leopard versus an E100 and a Jagdpanzer E100. Oh my god, 263, why? What were you doing? He was way too aggressive. You can see if you are eager or too eager to put damage in, then you might get shot for it and not get the kill. And at first I was thinking, what's that E100 doing? Why don't you try and shoot the Leopard? But the Leopard and the FV actually killed each other. It's not something you often see. I have it featured in one of my, clip of the week videos where a T49 and a T49 face off to each other and they kill each other simultaneously. Doesn't get featured a lot. So good to have it here and good to see that on the map as well. And Dark Exile can now do what Leopards do best. They work the best on flanks where they can move around, and that Jagdpanzer E100, it doesn't stand a chance. No, it would need an HE shell to really wreck Dark Exile in the Leopard, but it would be really slim shots. I think he's trying it there actually, by the sound of it. Not sure. But Dark Exile is making a really nice move here as well by going the shortcut, the short route, not going all the way around, which that E100 was expecting. And he can now work the numbers, work the DPM of the tank, and try to shrug it off. Bump into him for 294, one shot through the side, and then another one. And a quick switch as well. There we go to heat. There it is, and boom. Nice one. 5,454, 5454 in terms of damage. And there have been people who have been complaining about that last video. AFK is ruined the game, that's not the real ace if you get 2k damage from an AFK tank. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a proper ace on Dynasty Pro and the Leopard 1. Thank you very much, Dark Exile from UQ Clan, for sending that one in. I really enjoyed that one as well. Which leads us on to the next contestant for this week's replays. And yes, it's again someone who's featured before. 30 again, Vedrnoelfir from the AFK clan, who is now in the FE 4202. And this one is, well, it's a supremacy game, but it's kind of like played as a encounter game. 30 decides to move up over here. Or shall we call you Eddie? Eddie Vedrnoelfir. We're gonna call you Eddie. Eddie's moving up over here. He's going into Bushka's office, which is a very well-known spot on Castilla. Now what he wants to do is spot up the B cap first. No one there. Right, let's pull back a bit, get into the bushes, and we're popping in. And look what is happening now. He notices that small icon, bounces one shot from the bed shed, puts one shot in, but in terms of damage sorted, he bounced one, he received one hit, but he dealt 359, so that's not a bad trade. Not a bad trade at all. While I was watching this replay, actually, I was constantly thinking, right, there is someone is going to pop up on A. Either one of the teams is going to do that. And I was actually thinking the Badget might roll away, one of the mediums might go away, the red medium, and they might try to go into A cap. And I think Eddie's thinking the same thing. He's popping back, you can see that. He's keeping the houses between him and the tanks on the hill. He's in no danger of getting shot from any of the tank destroyers on the camping hills. But he's also been driving backwards like this. Oh, Grill, what are you doing? What are you doing? Just why? You've seen the tanks on top. You've seen tanks on top getting wrecked, getting shot, and then you're rolling in like that? Oh, right. B is being captured. One casual shot into the E75. Then wait until fully reloaded. One shot into the bed shed. Pull back. Reload. Angle the front plate. There we go. Get a bounce. Shoot the bed shed again. Roll back. Angle up. Get a bounce. Shoot the bed shed again. Roll back and get a bounce again. Lovely. 930 blocks, and we have nearly killed the red bed shed. Nice hash round into the bed shed as well. Quickly switching back to APCR, and the bed shed, oh, it doesn't get killed. Yeah, can't have them all. A lot of luck and of course skill as well, but if you get 3 bounces on your front plate from a bed shed, then the bed shed deserves a bounce as well. Quickly switching to hash again. Lovely big 400 plus roll again. And look at the damage count. It's 1230 blocks. That one connects but doesn't go through. 1230 block, 40 blocks, and 4030 damage done already. Big shot into his butt because he was still spotted, but Eddie can now dive down and kill the bed shed. There we go. 4 tanks down already. 1 tank lost on the green team. And in terms of damage, Eddie has done the lion's share. And I mean, with the lion's share, the really big part, he's carried massively. The Opticon 40 has had enough of it. He's trying to kill tanks. That shot does connect. No, doesn't connect, I think. On the E75 he is spotted. And I actually admire this Opticon 40. You can see he has a broken turret. But he still manages to put shots into one of the greens. So yeah, 10 out of 10 for skill-wise on that regard. Eddie is still not throwing away his hit points. And do note, I say, he is still not throwing away his hit points, because he is going to throw his hit points in just a few seconds. Puts a lovely shot into the E75. That one misses or bounces on a mantlet. You can see he's using hash, trying to do some splash damage. But apparently it was enough, and that one was hopelessly optimistic. But well worth a try. If it would have connected, it would have been a brilliant shot. Time now to move in. You've got your adrenaline still left, only one tank there, and he knows he's on nearly 5k damage. He wants to get that kill, and he does. AP cell will do, and then we'll just go in full YOLO mode, balls deep, guns blazing, Rambo mode style, or whatever sequence I earlier used on that one. Maybe he could have used hash on the back on that engine deck. But you can see he's eager to get more damage in as much as possible. Puts another round in. 5.8k. Can you break 6, mate? Can you break 6? Can you break 6? There we go. Yeah, 6.1k. Doesn't get to kill, unfortunately. But 6.1k damage in a tier 10 medium. Great job. And I hope, yeah, but I know you will now all understand why I wanted to put this game into this replay as well. Half the ammo bill as well, only 13k left, but you can see he has carried massively by just being in the right position, firing nearly non-stop, 23 connecting hits, 19 penetrations, and especially this one. Bye bye bad chat. Say hello to the hash on the FV4202. Skillfully driven by Eddie Vedrnoelfir from AFK Clan. Thank you very much for sending it in, mate. And no, that was not a very bad joke about an inmate. No, it was not. Disclaimer added, it was not. Right. Next game. T62A on Desert Sands. Skillfully driven by kactusmatt. And this game is good. Funny because of trash talking massively by the IS-7 platoon, who I think are completely themselves to blame for driving like that, because they go straight in front of a Jagdpanzer E100 and an FV, and right, you're gonna see that. And I had the chat on while I recorded this one, so it got into the replay as well. I'm not sure whether Matt had the chat on during the actual game. I think not, actually. But in a way it's funny to see, because they are mad at everybody because they get killed, because a bad chat uses gold on an i7, etc. And they are mad at the mediums because they fail to push, or are, as they think, are late to push. The mediums aren't late to push. Matt is not going to be late to push. He plays it very cautiously and sensibly, and you can see he has put his 4th connecting shot in already, and nobody fired him. I think he can put a shot into the Leopard. Doesn't get the kill shot, I think. No, doesn't get the kill shot, but one of the IS-7s is already down because he got whacked, I think, by the FV. Then he got shot by the bad chat, and Matt is going to help out the other IS-7 by attacking the Opticon 40, one more shot into the object, and then the IS-7 finishes off. But you can see that IS-7 is also on low health already, so the bad jet is going to roll in, and that IS-7 is going down as well. And in the meantime, Matt is just simply doing the business. 2.5k damage already. And what I also like about the game is what the red bad jet is going to do here. He notices that his Death Star is on very low health, and he is trying to block shots, and he succeeds in blocking shots from Matt. And Matt is circling around the Badget, is still trying to protect his Death Star. Matt manages to kill the Death Star, bounces or dodges one shot from the Badget, takes 2 in return, but the Badget is now on 127. And if you're going to look at it, what's going to happen here? The Badget actually does a very good job of prioritizing targets. One shot over there, T-54E1 down, another shot into the FV, another tank down, Can you make it alive? No. Well done, Matt. Well played. And again, look at the chat. It's just funny. I think it's really funny. It's just two IS-7s who go in way too aggressively and who, I don't know, by design or just they just go in way too quickly. Matt misses a shot, unfortunately, and that gets a really low roll on that IS-7, which is strange as well and annoying. But he can finish that one off. Is on 3 kills, is on 4.6k damage. What more can you expect? Yeah, if I lose, I fuck you. Why? Matt is playing this very well. It's a masterclass in driving around in a T62A on a map where you would love to have just a little bit more in terms of gun impression, but you don't. You do have the mobility, and Matt is going to show that here really well. He's going to be patient. He is not going to screw around. The E100 makes a good job of it actually as well. This one, not so much by moving up over there and exposing his lower plate. But what the E100 is trying to do over here is get the advantage on Matt so that he will be able to shoot the top of his turret and make it harder for Matt to flank around. Because that Jagdpanzer E100 is on top of the hill. He's the king of the hill at the moment. And Matt will have to wait for him to shoot or track him, and then he would be able to flank around. He puts a lovely shot into the lower plate, and if you look back, he put a shot into the lower plate and then he rolled back straight away. And there it is. That's the shot he's been waiting for. That E100 fired. He was desperate. He wanted to try to get a shot in. Matt still doesn't rush around. One shot through the lower plate with a PCR, no heat needed. He doesn't even pop the adrenaline, but he goes around all the way to the back for the kill shot. Great game. Really well played, kactusmatt. Brilliant work. 5.8k from nearly 5.9k damage done. Massive ace, high caliber, top gun. Great game. These games were still from update 5.3. If you have new replays from update 5.4, please send them in to me, either through the Discord server or through email. Links are available in the description below. And if you like the content, remember to subscribe and set your notifications. My name is martindogger. See you all on the next video. Cheers and happy tanking.